Good morning, friends. Today we are going to continue the next part of this unit. In the last lecture, we have seen how we can prepare the phenol from the chlorobenzene, benzene sulfonic acid, then the cumene. Then we have seen that how we can prepare alpha beta naphthol by using naphthalene sulfonic acid. First of all, we have to prepare the naphthalene sulfonic acid by using the naphthalene. We have to treat that naphthalene with the concentrated H2SO4 at the different temperatures. We will get the two different isomers, that is alpha naphthalene sulfonic acid and the beta naphthalene sulfonic acid. Thus, by changing the temperature, you will get the two different products. After once you get that sulfonic acids, whatever the sulfonic acid, naphthalene sulfonic acid we will get, we will convert it into the sodium salt. That will become sodium naphthalene sulfonate, and that sodium naphthalene sulfonate will be further in the excess of, we can call it as a or say on the acidification, they will gives you the alpha naphthol or beta naphthol. That is we have seen already in the last lecture. Now explain why phenol is a weak acid. What is the effect of the substitution of acidity of phenol, that we have to see. Two reasons we have to see. Sometimes the question comes in for the 2 marks. While talking about the acidity of the phenol, we said it as a carbolic acid, means it is a weak acid than the carboxylic acid. The K value indicates their relative acidity. The higher value of the K indicates that the compound is strong acidic. The K value for the carboxylic acid is the 10 raised to minus 5, whereas the K value for the phenol is the 10 raised to minus 10. As compared to that, alcohol is having Ka value 10 raised to minus 14 to 10 raised to minus 18. That means what we can say, see here, the K values for the carboxylic acid is greater than this, higher than this particular phenol and the alcohols. In compared to these acids, generally carboxylic acid or phenol is the weaker acid. But when we made the comparison of the phenol and alcohol, phenol will be the stronger than the alcohol. That will be the reason. Why? Because this depends upon the K value. K will indicates the acidity, relative acidity. Effect of the substitution on acidity of the phenol. The presence of the substituents on the phenol ring considerably affect the acid strength of the phenol. The electron withdrawing substituents like the NO2, okay, minus I, etc., increases the acid strength of the phenol. Means electron withdrawing substituents will increase that particular, means you can call it as a negative I effect, will leads to give the more acid strength to the phenol. Whereas an electron releasing group, that is a CH3 OCH3 NH2 on the aromatic ring, results in the weakening of the acidity. Weakening of acid means negative I effect. That weak effects we have seen inductive effect that we have seen in the FY. Positive I effect, negative I effect. Negative I effect is nothing but the electron withdrawing effect, and the positive effect is nothing but the electron releasing effect. These two effect will cause, means the substituent which are electron withdrawing, that has a negative effect, will gives it the more acidic strength to the phenol, whereas the electron releasing group, means that particularly group having the capacity to give the electron to the phenol ring will lose the, or say will decrease the acidity of the phenol. You got these reasons? Two reasons we have seen. Then explain the following. Para-nitrophenol is more acidic than the phenol. Of course, I see it. We have seen that why the reactivity or say acidity is basically based on these particulars. Two reasons are there. First is explain the following: para-nitrophenol is the more acidic than the phenol. Second one is the phenols are more reactive than the benzene towards the electrophilic substitution reaction. Third one is the para-triazole is weaker than the phenol. Orthonitrophenol is extreme volatile, whereas the para-isomer is not. First reason we will see the nitrophenol. You got this nitro group is nothing but an electron withdrawing group having the minus I effect at the para position. Para nitrophenol is more acidic. Why? Now what will happen due to this electron withdrawing group is there. Okay, means here that H plus will easily lose. Why? Because his NO2 will carry their electron. You can see here the different structure will be shown here. See, in the first structure you can see the breaking of the OH bond, that oxygen will give the double bond to that. This electron shift will that electron shift will be there. Here negative charge will be there. After that here negative charge will come. So after in the next structure you can see here double bond and the single bond will relocate, and in the next structure this negative charge will shift to this carbon, and finally you will get the resonance hybrid. This is called as the resonance hybrid. Means what will happen, easily H plus will be given up. That's why it is called as, see, once you give this electron back to this, then here the benzene ring will carry all the three double bond inside it, and you can see here the oxygen will carry the three lone pair of electron, whereas you can see here one bond nitrogen forms the three bond, here fourth bond is there. Okay, the phenoxide ion of the para-nitrophenol is stabilized by resonance, hence para-nitrophenol is more acidic than the phenol. Phenols are more reactive than the benzene towards the electrophilic substitution reaction. In case of this particular electrophilic substitution reaction and a nucleophilic substitution reaction, you should remember the basic difference, nucleophile and the electrophile that we have seen. In the electrophilic substitution reaction of the phenol, the intermediates are hardly carbocation, and the attack of an electrophile on phenoxide ion yields more stable, even more stable and more rapidly form intermediate than the benzene ring. This indicates that phenols are more reactive than the benzene towards the electrophilic substitution reaction. The main is that there should be the intermediate species formation is there, that phenol gives the more stable and more rapidly form the intermediate state, and that will leads to give you the electron substitution easily. This is a para-resol is there, the spelling is wrong, CRESOL, para-resol. Make the correction in the spelling, here also make the correction in the spelling, para-resol. Okay, CRESOL, not a TRI. Okay, weaker than the phenol. Cresol. See here, in the particular structure of the para-resol, there is a presence of the CH3 group, and which is the electron releasing group, means positive I effect will be there at the para position. Therefore electron releasing groups such as the CH3 on the aromatic ring results in weakening of the acidity, and para-resol is the very weaker than the phenol. Orthonitrophenol is extreme volatile, whereas the para-isomer is not. Para-nitrophenol form intermolecular hydrogen bonding resulting in association of the molecule. You can see here hydrogen bonding, it will gives you the hydrogen bonding and it will gives the association of the molecule. Orthonitrophenol form the hydrogen bond within the molecule, that is within the molecule only, and here another molecule will get attached within the molecule. That is, it forms intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Hence, intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Hence, there is an no association of the molecule. Due to association of the molecule, para-nitrophenol has a high boiling point, whereas the orthonitrophenol has a low boiling point. Hence, orthonitrophenol is extreme volatile, whereas the para-nitrophenol is not. You got this particular thing? What is there? What happens in case of this particularly para-nitrophenol? It forms the hydrogen bonding, that is called as a intermolecular. Here you can see the word is given. Intermolecular hydrogen bonding, and here it is a intramolecular hydrogen bonding, means in the molecule itself. Intra means in the molecule itself, and inter is nothing but the another molecule is get attached with this, means association with the another molecule will takes place, and that's why it is called as a intermolecular. Okay, this is about this particularly. Due to association of the molecule, para-nitrophenol has the high boiling point, and whereas the nitrophenol has the low boiling point, and hence orthonitrophenol is extreme volatile, whereas the para-nitrophenol is not. How will you convert phenol to picric acid? 2,4,6-trinitrophenol, 2,4,6-tribromophenols, para-bromophenol, phenyl acetate, anisole, allyl phenylethene, phenyl benzoate. See, first of all, that 1,2,4,6-trinitrophenol is called as a picric acid. This is the nitric acid. You have to write picric acid over here. This is again the correction. Whatever I am saying to correct you, that you have to correct in the notes. This is the phenol. When phenol is treated with the nitric acid, that is a concentrated HNO3, you will get the formation of, after the heating, you will get the formation of the 2,4,6-trinitrophenol, that is a picric acid, along with the loss of the 3H2O. That very simple reaction it is. You can see there NO2 group will be attached, H will be abstracted, and 3H2O molecule will be liberated. This is the first reaction. How you can prepare this particularly picric acid, or say 2,4,6-trinitrophenol from the phenol. Very simple reaction. Then next, (2,4,6-tribromophenol). Bromination we have to carry out at the room temperature. You will get the 2,4,6-tribromophenol. Very simple. Means this is the phenol. Along with there will be the 3Br2 molecules. It will give you the formation of the tribromophenol 2,4,6 at the ortho para position. That particular the Br will goes, and it will give the 3HBr. Then parabromophenol. Just you have to take the one bromine. Okay, low temperature should be there, and carbon disulfide CH2 should be there. It will give you the parabromophenol. Then phenyl acetate, you have to take the acetic anhydride. When you will react this phenol with the acetic anhydride, it will give you the formation of the phenyl acetate along with the acid. Then the anisole is nothing but the OCH3. You have to take the sodium phenoxide. Okay, sodium phenoxide plus the CH3I in presence of the ethanol, and if you heat, you will get the formation of this particular product. This Na will replace by the CH3, and it will give you the anisole. Then allyl phenyl ethene. Allyl phenylethene, you have to take the phenol. Then you will take this particular allyl bromide, that is nothing but the Br CH2 double bond CH2 CH double bond CH2 in presence of the H2SO4 acetone, and if you are heating, you will get allyl phenyl ethene, that is a phenyl ring O CH2 CH double bond CH2 plus HBr will be there, and phenyl benzoate. Phenyl benzoate will be simple one. You have to take the benzoyl chloride, and when we will react that particular phenol with the benzoyl chloride, they will gives you the phenyl benzoate. That means this C double bond O, this another benzene ring will be there. Two benzene ring will be connected by this OC double bond O by this group, and it will become the phenyl. One ring will be the phenyl and another will be the benzoic acid group, and that's why it will become the phenyl benzoate. Very simple reactions they are. You have to practice it, then and then only this part will be very easy to remember. Okay, please go through this part well. If you are not getting anything, you can ask. Then give the uses of the phenols. Phenols are used to prepare the number of the dyes. Example, alizarin orange tube. Okay, like this, any one you can learn. It is used to manufacture of salicylic acid, which is a starting material for the manufacturing of the pain releasing drug aspirin and a methyl salicylate. It is used to prepare the phenolic resins used in adhesive and plastics. Example, bakelite. This is nothing but a phenol formaldehyde resin. For this is phenol formaldehyde resin, it's called as a bakelite. For making powerful antiseptic Dettol, it is also used 2,4-dichloro-3,5-dimethyl phenol. It is used to prepare the cyclohexanol required for the production of the nylon. These are the few applications of this particular phenol. Next part we will see in the next lecture. Please go through this part well. If you are not getting anything, you can ask. Okay, we will stop here. Thank you.